Hey, what's up everybody? This is Marcus from Machine City Audio, here for JoshuaCasper.com, and today we're going to take a look at the BX Console G from Plugin Alliance and Brainworx. The BX Console G is part of the line of TMT console emulated plugins from Plugin Alliance and Brainworx. Tolerance modeling technology allows them to model 72 different channels on the actual hardware, and you'll get the same variations and nuances that you would find on the actual G console. The BX console also has a ton of great presets to help you get started. We have the filter section where you have high pass and low pass filters. You have a ×3 over the high pass filter, and what this does is extend the frequency. So right now the high pass filter goes from 16 Hertz to 350 Hertz. But when you engage the ×3, the frequency will go from 48 Hertz to 1.05 kilohertz. Now with the low pass filter, it's the same thing. Right now it goes from 3 kilohertz to 2.2 kilohertz. But when you actually have it divided by engaged, it goes from 7.3 kilohertz to 1 kilohertz. If you want to turn the filters on and off, you either just double click on the knob or just click the light and this will engage the filters or bypass them. When the dynamic sidechain is engaged, it places the filters in front of the compressor. Next up, we have the compressor section, where you have your ratio, threshold, release, and you also have a mix knob. Now you have a high pass filter, and you also have a secondary release to even slow down or release even more if you need it to be. If you want a faster attack time, you just click on the light. You have a stereo link button to ensure that both sides are getting the same equal amount of compression. You have a mix knob for parallel compression. After the compressor section, we have the expander and the gate section. Now at the bottom, you have the option to turn off the dynamics. You have the option to also switch between the G dynamics and to the E dynamics, and a key for the external sidechain. All right, so next up we have the EQ section, where you have a low shelf and a high shelf, a high midband and a low midband. The ×3 and divided by 3 is the same that I explained with the filters. The EQ type lets you switch between pink and orange EQ. Down at the bottom, you have where you can turn the EQ off. You also have different routing options. Now when the pre is engaged, this places the EQ before the compressor. When you have the SC engaged, this places the EQ module within the dynamic sidechain. Now when you have both of these off, this places the EQ after the dynamics. Before I go any further, I just want to play you an example of a track that I'm mixing using the BX console across the whole mix. So I'm gonna start with it bypass, and then I'll turn it on so you can hear what the BX Console G is doing. So we have the input gain knob and the V gain knob. And the V gain actually adds noise that you would get from the actual hardware onto your track, so dial that into taste. Underneath the V gain, we have the THD knob. And this is a saturation that will add thickness and density to your tracks. So I have some drums pulled up that I was working on for this mix. And I'm gonna play around with the THD so you can hear exactly what it's doing to the kick and the snare. I actually want to play you one more example of me using the THD on this synth I had. So I'm gonna solo the synth, play around with the THD, and let you hear what it's adding to the synth. Below the THD we have where you can switch different channels. So I could switch these, or you can go to random one, and this will switch the channels as well. And you also have random all. And random all will change. You take one plugin and copy it across all tracks and hit random all. This will randomly pick different channels from the 72 channels that you have. Now this will change the tone of the mix, so make sure that when you do this, you either have a mix already saved or you have another copy. We have a phase switch, also have a mute button, and we have a knob where you can control if the gain gets too loud from the THD or the compression. You can make adjustments here. Below we have the expander meters, and you have the gain reduction meters for the compressor. This last example, I just want to play the BX Console G on the vocal samples that I have, so you can see how it just makes the vocals stand out and sit better in the mix. 'Cause I'm lost, lost, lost. 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 Once again, that was the BX Console G from Plugin Alliance and Brainworx. This is a great plugin, low on DSP, and it sounds great on everything. Definitely go check out Plugin Alliance. I am Marcus with Machine City Audio, here for JoshuaCasper.com. Peace until next time.